Hi, my name is Stephen Jordan, and I am founder and CEO of SRJ Consulting and Services, LLC. I thought today that I would give Elizabeth a break and narrate this video myself. Welcome. And for the next 10 to 20 minutes, I am going to tell you about my new book and the service my firm offers around it. So sit back and relax, and let's learn about how to make your company improve its AI processes and become a little more efficient. Here is where a lot of leadership teams are right now. You bought the tools. You rolled out the training. Adoption is up. Usage is up. Slide decks say things are moving. And then someone asks the harder question, what did AI actually do for the business this quarter? What moved in cycle time? What moved in capacity? What moved in error rate? What moved in margin? Most companies cannot answer those questions with a number, not because the tools failed, because the operating discipline that turns AI activity into measured results was never installed. That is what this book is about. It is volume 4 of the operating discipline for AI library, and it is called the AI efficiency and process optimization. It closes the first pillar of the library, the AI business services pillar, and it answers exactly one question. How do leadership teams convert AI adoption into measurable operating performance and into a financial return they can defend? This book was written for the people the business turns to when the AI question stops being about enthusiasm and starts being about proof. Owners, presidents, CFOs, COs, operating partners, board members, and increasingly, the lenders, investors, and acquirers who are pricing what a company's AI is worth. It is written for organizations between roughly 20 and 1,000 employees, large enough that AI is already inside your operation, small enough that you cannot afford a 100-person AI office to prove it is working. It is not written for data scientists. There is no math in it beyond a P&L. It is written in the language of operators because process optimization is an operating discipline, not a technical one. Let's start with the uncomfortable part. Here is the objection every experienced executive raises when I open this conversation, and it deserves a straight answer. You already have adoption. Your people are using AI. Copilot is deployed. Custom GPTs are in the workflow. The vendor dashboard shows usage climbing every month. That activity is real. So why is the CFO still asking whether it paid off? Because AI activity is not AI efficiency. The book identifies the specific distance between the two. It calls that distance the AI efficiency gap. And it is measurable. The gap shows up in 5 places. Flat cycle times, even though the tools are supposed to be faster. Unchanged error rates. Capacity pressure that is not eased. Rework quietly rising because AI drafts still need to be corrected, and no visible movement on the P&L. Notice what none of those are. None of them is a failure of AI. They are the signal that the business has not installed the measurement discipline needed to know whether AI moved anything. The gap is not proof that AI failed. It is proof that the business cannot yet prove AI worked. Chapter 2 of the book introduces a phrase that has already started showing up in client conversations: phantom productivity. Phantom productivity looks like progress until you follow the work downstream. 3 things are happening at the same time. Outputs increase, more drafts, more summaries, more responses moving through the organization. Review burden grows. Managers and senior reviewers quietly spend more time correcting AI work, and results stay flat. Cycle time, rework, cost, and margin do not improve enough to defend. The book gives you a name for the hidden cost this creates: the AI efficiency tax. It is the total operational cost of making AI output usable. Review burden, rework cycles, output inconsistency, management overhead, shadow process cost, where teams have quietly built workarounds because the official workflow does not fit the tool. The estimate is simple: time spent multiplied by frequency multiplied by loaded labor rate. The number does not need to be perfect to be useful. It needs to be honest enough to change the leadership conversation. Chapter 4 introduces an instrument I want you to remember: the workflow reality map. Here is the pattern. Leadership designs a workflow: clean handoffs, formal approvals, logical sequencing, documented controls. And that workflow is what leadership imagines AI is improving. Employees run a different workflow: manual patches, informal approvals, exception routines, shadow tools, and workarounds that nobody wrote down. That is the real workflow. AI cannot improve the workflow leadership imagines. It can only affect the workflow employees actually use. The workflow reality map finds the cost at the exact step where the gap between the two enters the process. Once that step is visible, you can decide what to do about it. Until it is visible, AI investment lands on the designed workflow, and the real workflow keeps producing the results. Not every workflow is ready for AI. Chapter 5 gives you the AI process fit test, which turns the workflow reality map into a decision. Every AI use case in your business needs one of 4 answers: expand, refine, pause, remove, expand, strong fit, measurable gains, low or declining hidden cost. Give the use case more room, more inputs, more workflows to touch. Refine. Potential is real, but workflow conditions need correction first. The tool is fine. The process around it is not. Pause. Stop AI involvement temporarily until the process is stable enough to measure whether AI is helping. Remove. The fit is wrong, the risk is too high, or the cost exceeds value. Turn it off. Notice that this decision is not a judgment about the team or the tool. It is an operating assessment of fit. And most businesses discover the same thing. About a third of their use cases should expand, about a third should refine, and a small but real number should pause or come out entirely. The businesses that never do this test end up paying the AI efficiency tax on every one of them. Chapter 6 gives you the 4 indicators that separate AI activity from AI efficiency. Cycle time. Did the workflow finish faster end to end, not just at the AI step? Capacity. Did the team produce more usable work with the same headcount? Error rate. Was more work right the first time? And rework cost. How much did the business spend doing it twice? Usage proves AI is present. These 4 numbers prove whether AI moved the operation. Chapter 7 wraps the 4 indicators into the AI efficiency scorecard. A single view of what AI is actually doing for the business. 5 lines. Cycle time change, capacity impact, error rate trend, rework frequency, estimated financial impact, and one rule that governs the whole thing. Every scorecard review ends with a decision, an owner, and a due date. Otherwise, the business is not managing AI performance. It is merely observing it. Chapter 8 gives you the number your CFO can defend, the AI ROI Formula. A defensible number requires both sides of the equation to be complete. Benefit inputs are labor savings, capacity gains, error and rework cost eliminated, and the AI efficiency tax reduced. Cost inputs are subscriptions, implementation and training, workflow redesign, and the review and management overhead the tool created. Most AI ROI numbers you see on slide decks are wrong in the same way. They count the benefits and forget the hidden costs. So the number is optimistic, and when the CFO or the acquirer stress tests it, it collapses. The goal of the ROI formula is not the most optimistic number. It is the number that still holds up after every assumption is challenged. That is the number that gets you the next AI budget approved. That is the number that survives due diligence. That is the number that matters. Chapter 11 turns everything I have described into a 90-day installation plan. 3 blocks, days 1 through 30. Baseline, map, and prioritize. Select your top workflows. Run the workflow reality map. Run the process fit test. Establish baselines for the 4 performance indicators. Rank targets, days 31 through 60. Optimize, standardize, and measure. Redesign the workflow steps that need it. Tighten the AI usage standards so 10 employees are not running the same tool 10 different ways. Test changes carefully. Measure movement in the 4 indicators, days 61 through 90. Score, calculate, and present. Update the efficiency scorecard with real numbers. Recalculate ROI with the real cost inputs. Build the executive AI efficiency brief. Present what changed. This runs on named owners in existing meetings, not on consultants living in your conference room. And the first 90 days prove the method. The recurring cycle after that makes the improvement durable. Chapter 12 is the chapter that surprised early readers, and it is the reason I wrote this volume as the closer to Pillar 1. Buyers, lenders, investors, and acquirers are no longer asking whether the business uses AI. They are asking whether AI makes the business more efficient, more repeatable, more defensible, and more valuable. Documented AI discipline reduces margin uncertainty. It reduces scalability questions. It reduces operational risk. It reduces data handling ambiguity. And it reduces the acquirer's dependence on informal habits that leave with a single employee. Good documentation does not guarantee a higher valuation, but it reduces uncertainty and it supports stronger claims. The businesses that walked into an exit conversation with a signed efficiency scorecard, a defended ROI number, and a 90-day plan on the wall are pricing better than the businesses that walked in with a slide that says, "We use AI." If you are 3 to 5 years from a transaction, the discipline in this book is not just an operating instrument, it is a valuation instrument. Let me leave you with the through line. Somewhere ahead of you on a date you do not control, someone with authority is going to ask what your AI actually did for the business. A CFO defending a budget, a board asking about the return on last year's rollout, an acquirer in diligence, a lender looking at margin quality, or a customer asking whether you have the operating discipline they need. When that happens, there are only two versions of you: the one who describes activity and the one who hands over a signed scorecard, a defended ROI number, and a 90-day plan that already ran. The work that separates them is not enormous. 4 indicators, 1 scorecard, 1 ROI formula, 90 days of disciplined installation, and a Chapter 12 conversation with your own board about what this makes the business worth. If AI is already inside your operation and you want the operating discipline that proves it paid off, here is your next move. Scan the QR code on your screen. It will take you to the landing page for the AI efficiency and process optimization at SRJ Consulting and Services, where you can get the book and see how the service works. Governance identifies what must change. The optimization work changes it. Thank you for watching.